EirGen started as an exercise on an MBA programme. Less than 2 years later, the first of EirGen's high-potency drugs manufactured in Waterford is about to hit the market. With almost 40 years' experience between them in the pharma industry, Patsy, Carney and Tom Brennan have up to a dozen more products in the pipeline.
EirGen was founded by Tom and I, and our focus is specifically on the development and manufacture of high-potency pharmaceutical products. Drugs that are actually very, very potent, used for treatment of cancer, for example, and to actually work on those products, to make them and to develop them, you need to actually protect the operator or the chemist from the product. So we have a very specialist facility built here, which is specifically designed to have high containment to work on these kind of products. Our facility would be unique in terms of the only one of its kind, certainly in Ireland. Across Europe, we would probably have 1 to 2 competitors, and globally, probably less than 10.
There seems to be a lot of standard pharmaceutical facilities where people have their little, their little hat and white coat and whatever. But obviously, for the more highly potent pharmaceutical products, that model, can't work because of the nature of the molecules you're dealing with, and hence we can offer that service and partner with pharmaceutical companies all over the world, both to develop and bring these type of drugs to market for them.
Well, where we are is very much in the area of product development. So we're looking at, in some cases, existing products that are out there in the marketplace and looking to have a product available when that product comes off patent. In the US market, we would actually develop products on behalf of a strategic partner in the US market, and they would actually pay us on a development milestone payment basis to develop the product on their behalf. And then we would share in the upside on the commercial supply with a profit-sharing arrangement.
Since we've set up the business, we've successfully completed 11 clinical bioequivalent studies, and we hope to have 16 complete by the end of this year. So that really gives us a good platform to build growth in the business, because we're actually over the clinical hurdle on a number of the compounds to date, and then it's a 1 to 2 year registration process. So, we know we have actually a number of successful developments already in the bag, which will help us, grow in the future, and that gives us a lot of confidence that we have actually already delivered those, so it bodes well for the future.
Tom Brennan and Patsy Carney have found that a sense of fun is the best remedy for the everyday challenges of a pharmaceutical startup.
This kind of drug you need, but obviously you don't need a license for it, so it's important to get the odd one of these in. It's a clinical trial we're running actually right now. So.
One of the biggest contracts we landed when we were starting out the business, we met an American company, and we met them face to face over a beer and some music one night, and it was the first time we've actually ever met. By the end of the night we had shaken hands on a pretty substantial deal, and by the time our both sets of lawyers had got at the deal for each company, we put an agreement together. Not one single sentence of what we had shaken hands with on that particular night, the first night we met each other, had changed.
It works because you've got the formal stuff that goes on in the facility, and they see the facility and they're very impressed with that, but then you say, right, let's finish the deal now. We usually look at each other, and the first thing we decide about anyone is, could I actually do business with this guy? Do I like him? Could I get on with him? Could I go for a pint with him? And they're our best customers, are the ones that you can have a social interaction with.